History remembers conquerors. It celebrates empires that marched loudly across continents, leaving monuments carved in stone and stories written in gold. But beneath the noise of famous victories and legendary rulers lies another story. Quieter, deeper, and often ignored. Across deserts, mountains, forests, and forgotten coastlines, there were kingdoms that never dominated headlines of history books, yet shaped the world in ways most people never realize. They influenced trade routes, spread technologies, developed political systems, inspired cultures, and even altered the balance of global power, all without demanding recognition. These were not weak or insignificant states. Many were powerful, innovative, and strategically brilliant. Yet over centuries, wars, colonization, propaganda, and shifting narratives pushed them into the shadows. Their names faded. Their maps disappeared. Their contributions were absorbed into larger empires. Tonight, we uncover those forgotten kingdoms, the silent architects of the modern world. Long before European explorers sailed into African waters, the kingdom of Aksum stood as one of the most powerful civilizations on Earth. Located in what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea, Aksum controlled vital trade routes connecting Rome, Persia, India, and Arabia. Its ports handled ivory, gold, spices, and silk. Roman historians once ranked Aksum among the four great powers of the ancient world. Yet today, few speak its name. Aksum minted its own currency, a symbol of immense economic strength. It built towering obelisks carved from single stones, engineering feats that still astonish modern architects. More importantly, Aksum became one of the earliest Christian kingdoms in history, shaping religious development across East Africa. Its influence stretched across the Red Sea into Arabia, affecting regional politics in ways that altered early Islamic and Byzantine interactions. Quietly, Aksum shaped trade, religion, and geopolitics, but history rarely gives it the spotlight it deserves. The shadows of Egypt and the Hittite Empire existed the kingdom of Mitanni. Located in northern Mesopotamia around 1500 BCE, the Mitanni were military innovators and diplomatic masterminds. They specialized in chariot warfare, developing training manuals that influenced surrounding civilizations. Egyptian pharaohs married Mitanni princesses to secure alliances. Treaties written between Mitanni and neighboring powers reveal a sophisticated understanding of international diplomacy. Yet when larger empires expanded, Mitanni was absorbed and gradually erased from mainstream narratives. Archaeologists only rediscovered fragments of their story in the 19th and 20th centuries. Their techniques in horse training and military organization influenced generations of armies. Though they vanished politically, their military doctrines quietly shaped the warfare systems of ancient superpowers. South of ancient Egypt rose a kingdom that would not only rival the pharaohs but rule Egypt itself, the kingdom of Kush. For centuries, Kush thrived along the Nile, mastering iron production and building pyramids of their own. At one point, Kushite kings conquered Egypt and established the 25th dynasty, ruling as pharaohs. Yet their legacy is often overshadowed by Egyptian dominance in textbooks. Kush controlled vital African trade networks, linking Central Africa's gold and resources to Mediterranean markets. They developed a unique script and artistic style. Their iron industries strengthened regional economies and military power. Though Egypt receives global fame, Kush's influence on Nile civilization and African statecraft was equally profound. Their story challenges the simplified version of African history many have been taught. Between the 7th and 13th centuries, a powerful maritime kingdom controlled the Strait of Malacca, one of the most important trade choke points in the world. The Srivijaya Empire, based in modern Indonesia, dominated sea trade between China and India. Instead of massive land armies, Srivijaya built naval supremacy. It became a center of Buddhist learning, attracting scholars from across Asia. Chinese monks traveled there to study. Indian traders relied on its ports. By controlling maritime routes, Srivijaya influenced the flow of spices, silk, and ideas. Yet when regional rivals and changing trade dynamics weakened it, the empire slowly disappeared. Today, few outside Southeast Asia recognize its name, despite the fact that global trade patterns once depended on its stability. Carved into rose-red cliffs in present-day Jordan stands Petra, a city built by the Nabateans. But Petra was more than an architectural wonder. The Nabateans were desert trade experts who controlled caravan routes carrying incense, myrrh, and luxury goods between Arabia and the Mediterranean. They mastered water conservation in one of the harshest climates on Earth, building advanced hydraulic systems centuries ahead of their time. When Rome annexed their kingdom, much of their identity was absorbed into Roman history. Yet, without Nabatean trade networks, Mediterranean commerce would have looked very different. Their innovations in urban design and desert engineering continue to influence modern archaeological and environmental studies. Hidden within the jungles of Cambodia lies Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument in the world. It was built by the Khmer Empire, a Southeast Asian superpower that once controlled vast territories. The Khmer engineered massive water management systems, reservoirs and canals so advanced that modern researchers study them for sustainable agriculture solutions. At its height, Angkor may have supported nearly 1 million people. Yet climate change, invasions, and internal struggles led to its gradual decline. For centuries, the jungle reclaimed its cities. When rediscovered, the world marveled, but still, Khmer influence rarely receives the global recognition given to European medieval kingdoms. Their understanding of urban planning and hydraulic engineering was centuries ahead of its time. These kingdoms did not vanish without impact. Their ideas, technologies, trade systems, religions, and political strategies became foundations upon which later empires built their dominance. History often highlights those who wrote the records, not necessarily those who shaped reality. Forgotten kingdoms remind us that power is not always loud. Influence is not always remembered, and greatness does not always survive in textbooks. The modern world, its borders, religions, trade systems, and technologies, carries fingerprints of civilizations most people have never heard of. When we rediscover these silent architects, we do more than correct history. We expand it. We understand that humanity's story is not a single narrative written by victors, but a vast mosaic of cultures, kingdoms, and ideas, many of which shaped the world quietly, yet permanently.